Hello there, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Canada's Movie and TV Hosers. I'm Gregory Barrett, and this is my lovely wife, Christine.
Hi.
So today we got lots to talk about, lots more trailers, lots of news, lots of things that we've seen.
Yeah.
Where would you like to start?
Well, I think we always start with the news.
Did you have any news you wanted to go with?
No, I don't have anything I can think of particularly.
Okay.
News.
Let's see. First piece of news for today. Marvel Studios has hired Yann Demange. I don't know who. I'm probably butchering that, but he's from Lovecraft Country. Did you ever watch that on Prime?
No.
It was pretty big the other year, maybe a couple years ago. Anyway, he has been hired by Marvel Studios to direct the upcoming Blade movie. That comes to us from the Direct.
Okay.
Are you excited for the new Blade movie?
Sure. It's a good movie.
It was announced a long time ago.
Oh, it was?
Production's been it's been a bit of a problem there. They've had problems. The director left, and it's not going well.
Oh.
It's been delayed, let's say.
Oh.
And there's also a rumor that Marvel Studios is looking at Ryan Gosling. You know Ryan Gosling?
I do know who he is, yes.
He's Canadian.
He is.
Marvel Studios is looking at him to play the villain in the upcoming Thunderbolts movie.
Thunderbolts. Now, who
That
is
also
the
comes to
villain
us from the Direct.
of the Thunderbolts?
Well, they're
I'm
thinking
not
he might.
familiar with
The rumor is that he would play a character called Hyperion, which is kind of a crazy version of Superman.
Is the Thunderbolts that weird British show with the puppets?
No.
Oh,
Thunderbolts.
what am I thinking about? That weird British show with the puppets?
I don't know.
I think it's something like that.
You're probably thinking of the Muppets.
No.
Okay.
The weird puppet show with the... Yeah, anyway. I'll look that up for the next show. I think it is something like that anyway.
Anyway, that's a rumor. What would you think if Ryan Gosling joined the cast of the Thunderbolts movie?
Well, I don't know who the Thunderbolts are.
The Thunderbolts
obviously.
they're kind of building up to it right now. It's kind of like a not so good version of the Avengers.
Right. I'm thinking it's these puppets.
In the comics, it was Norman Osborn, who's the Spider-Man villain,
right.
forms the Thunderbolts, but he does it with villains.
Oh, okay.
So this one, it looks like what we've been seeing is Contessa Valentina, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, from Seinfeld.
Oh, I know who she is.
So we've been seeing her pop up everywhere. So she recruited, who did she recruit? U.S. Agent.
Okay.
So Tom Walker. Was it Tom Walker?
I don't know.
John Walker from Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay, I'm just looking
So
at
he's
them.
kind of douchebag, crazy Captain America. Okay. That's the character he plays. So he's going to be in the Thunderbolts. Yelena, who's played by Florence Pugh. That's Black Widow's sister.
Oh, okay.
She's going to be in it. And her dad, apparently, David Harbour, whom you know from Stranger Things, who stole that whole movie, Black Widow, as Red Guardian. He was hilarious in every scene that he was in.
The best thing about that movie, yeah.
He was the best thing in that movie, although Florence Pugh was great, too.
He has a movie out right now, too. We can talk about that.
He has a new movie coming out in a week or so.
Christmas movie.
Yes. Not really, though, a Christmas movie.
It doesn't look very Christmassy to me, other than he's in a Santa suit.
Who else is going to be in the Thunderbolts? Bucky's going to be in the Thunderbolts, so the Winter Soldier. There's a bunch of them that are going to be in there. So, people are hoping we get Zemo back for it. Might get Abomination back, Tim Roth.
I know Abomination.
Because we just saw her in She-Hulk.
Yeah, who's Zemo?
Zemo is Daniel Bruhl. He was the villain in Civil War and in Falcon and Winter Soldier that we watched a couple of years back.
Okay.
Came out in 2020.
Okay.
We should rewatch that show.
I guess so. I don't remember.
It was great. I want to rewatch it. This will be a good opportunity for us. Okay. According to their official Avatar Twitter account,
yes,
Avatar tickets went on sale on Monday, November 21st.
Oh, yes.
They've already been on sale.
Yes.
Yeah.
City of Water? Water of Worlds?
Avatar, the Way of Water.
Way of Water, okay. Yeah. It looks beautiful.
Yes. I don't like the marketing that we've seen so far. It looks great. but they haven't told us what it's about. They're just relying on the name Avatar, which is going to make a lot of money.
I find previews now are telling you the whole movie. I don't mind that at all. I want to go there and experience it. I hate these previews that tell you like the whole movie. It's like, why are you even going to see it? You got it all there in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, you don't want to give everything away.
No.
But at the same time, you don't want to give... You want to tell us what the movie's about.
Something is going wrong with their home world, and there's babies in it, and I don't know.
It's Return to Pandora. Here's what I've learned from the trailers. We just watched the new trailer out this week, and it still showed us nothing. So, Sam Worthington is with his family. Zoe... Saldana, yeah, from Guardians. So they're in it, and they got their kids, and they're forced to relocate, so they go to this other tribe. So it's a different race of Na'vi.
Is that what happens? Okay, I didn't know.
So now they're trying to look for... Sounds as if they're trying to seek refuge, and that's why they have to learn the way of water, because before they were hanging out in the jungle all the time and up in the mountains.
Why they're in the water now. Anyway,
exactly.
But we don't need to... We're going to go watch it. It's going to be beautiful.
Okay, the humans are back. But they haven't really told us too much.
It looks bad. There's like fire and destruction. We will see.
It looks beautiful. I just wish they told us a little bit about what it's about.
I don't need to know. I'm going to go watch it. I'm going to have fun.
Anyway, in more Avatar 2 news, it is expected to open at least double the original Avatar opening.
Well, people hadn't known what Avatar was about.
So the original Avatar didn't have a big opening. But the reason why it's still the #1 movie to this day is because it had a long period of nothing was coming out afterwards. Nothing came out until like March or April of that year.
I went to see it. It was one of the only movies I saw that year.
So everyone kept going to see it because it was the only thing out for a long time. There was no other big movies.
I had just had a baby, so I wasn't really up to going to the movies very much. But it is one of the like 2 or 3 movies that I saw that year. I do remember it. So.
And even a lot of other people who don't go to the movies went to see this, and that's one of the reasons why it made so much money. So it's expected to open double, so it's tracking currently at 150 to 175 million opening weekend, according to CBR. Okay. However, some rival companies are predicting that it could open as high as 200 million right now.
I think it's going to be big. I think everyone's going to want to see it. It looks terrific. Mm-hmm. And if we see it in IMAX, that's the way to see it.
I'm going to go see it in IMAX 3D.
Oh.
Because the first Avatar, which I just saw recently back in October with the re-release, we saw it in IMAX 3D.
Right.
It's amazing.
I'm just going to watch that streaming.
You noticed the 3D. You noticed the 3D, the whole movie.
Right. I'll just watch it on my little TV in the dark.
Anyway, I can definitely see it opening that high.
Oh, I think so. It's gonna be really nice.
Also, the other big news about Avatar 2 as well, according to Deadline, it's getting a release in China.
Okay.
So this is significant.
Yeah, not everything gets a release in China because things are censored.
Well, they only release so many North American movies a year there, and so recently Black Adam didn't get a China release. Black Panther Wakanda Forever didn't get a China release.
No.
But I don't think it would do well there anyway.
I don't know. But this is like a fantasy film. It's on another planet. There's nothing, I don't think there's much political about it.
It made a lot of money in China with the original. And also, when they re-released the original movie back in October, it made a lot of money there as well.
Well, I'm sure it's going to do great. I just want to see it, and I want to have a great experience. I might even go to see it twice.
We'll see.
There you go. I don't see many movies twice, I tell you. Other than Tenet.
Oh, my goodness. Your favorite movie of the pandemic. Christine is a big Christopher Nolan fan. She loves all the Christopher Nolan movies that she's seen. She hasn't seen very many of them. Have you seen The Prestige?
No.
You've seen his Dark Knight trilogy, all 3?
Yes, I do think they're pretty good.
Have you seen Inception?
Yes, and I did enjoy it. You didn't.
Have you seen Dunkirk?
No, because I don't really care for war movies.
You know who's in Dunkirk? Who keeps popping up? Barry Keoghan.
Again, I still don't know who Barry Keoghan is.
Barry Keoghan popped up. He's the main guy in Dunkirk.
What happened with Tenet was that I had a chance to go to the movies. It was my only opportunity. And the only one playing at that time was this movie called Tenet, which I went to see with like a positive attitude. And it was awful, and it doesn't make sense. And the backwards part of it doesn't make sense. And then I bought tickets to go see another movie. But for some reason, when I did it, it picked the wrong theater. And I showed up to go to that movie. And they're like, no, it's not at this theater. And I was like, oh, shoot. And they're like, well, you can go to see a movie here instead. And the only movie playing, like, all afternoon was Tenet. So I went to see it the second time.
And enjoyed it even more.
And I was able to, like, dissect it even more. And the parts that made no sense, about the going backwards and forwards. And anyway, yes, I really dislike that movie.
So everyone email in with your questions on Tenet for Christine, and she will answer your questions on the next show. Because she's the expert on Tenet. Anyway, we were going on about Christopher Nolan movies. What if you haven't seen The Prestige?
No, I didn't see that one.
You love Memento.
I love Memento. Memento.
You haven't seen Dunkirk.
You don't like Memento for some reason.
I don't like most of his movies.
I love Memento.
That's just me. They don't work for me.
So I do like a lot of his movies. The science fiction aspect of the Tenet.
What about Interstellar? You saw Interstellar.
I liked Interstellar. I took it as like an eye experience. Like I thought it was really neat the way that the scenes and the cityscape and everything moved. Mm-hmm. And I believe it has our Halifax native in that movie too.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, we got on a tangent there. We were talking about Avatar 2.
Well, I'm excited.
Moving on to more news. Ryan Reynolds.
I know who he is.
Another Canadian. He has talked to Channing Tatum.
Great.
You know Channing Tatum
He's
from
in everything
21, 22 Jump Street.
I
He's
know
also
who
in
Channing
Free Guy.
Tatum is, yes.
Okay. He's an American.
Not in a hole.
Ryan Reynolds has talked to Channing Tatum about being in Deadpool 3.
Okay.
With him and Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine.
But
I find that interesting because you got a Canadian, American, and Australian there.
Who will Tatum play?
Gambit. Speculation that he would play Gambit because he was going to play Gambit.
Oh.
Fox was going to put out a Gambit solo movie.
But they canned it for some
But it was, they didn't can it. It was all set to go ahead. It was already greenlit. And it was canceled as part of the merger when Disney bought 20th Century Fox.
Oh, okay.
And that killed all new projects.
Just bad timing, I suppose. Oh well, we'll see. That'll be fun.
And that is according to CBR as well. Would you like to see Channing Tatum play Gambit or another X-Men in Deadpool 3?
He can be really funny. Mm-hmm. Or just the way that you can write for him in a funny way. I find people have a lot of fun.
Do you think he could do a Cajun accent? I guarantee.
Sure.
I'd love to hear his Cajun accent as Gambit.
He can be really funny. Anyway, we'll see. That'd be great.
I would love to see it. If this is what's happening, you got to go full on comic book mode. Give him the Cajun accent. Put him in that sock mask.
I hate the comic.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Give him the brown trench coat. Give him the pole.
It distracts from the movie.
Beating the crap out of people.
It distracts.
Remember that terrible version of Gambit that we got in X-Men Origins Wolverine? It was Taylor Kitsch played Gambit, and he came at Hugh Jackman with his baton, with his stick, and Hugh Jackman's like, "Well, that's a nice stick there," and then he chops it in half.
I really like the Wolverine.
This is a different movie.
Okay.
This is the one before that.
I don't know. I didn't care for that.
This is the one that no one liked.
Yeah, I like the Wolverine.
Okay, so I would love to see this, and I hope that happens myself. Moving on, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, passed 300 million domestically in North America, according to boxofficemojo.com. So it passed that on Tuesday of this week, which was the 22nd of November.
Oh, that's
so already 300 million. That's just
doing
domestic.
Really well, and we're just going into everyone was at the movies. Well, we were there anyway yesterday. A lot of people are going now, so hopefully it does even better.
I believe last episode we talked about how it had passed 500 million worldwide.
I don't know. It
so that's $500 million already.
Second week, it hadn't done as well. It was a big drop on the second week, but anyway.
Because it opened really big.
Oh, okay. As long as it's doing good. I still haven't seen it just because of my schedule.
Yeah, we're gonna go. I'm going to take Christine to go
Got
see
it
that probably tomorrow.
Okay.
And then next episode, she's going to talk about it, so we'll probably talk more in spoilers about it because it's been out for a couple of weeks
so go
now.
See it.
So you got to go see it, otherwise we're going to ruin it for you on our next episode, probably in 2 or 3 days.
I hope I like it.
I enjoyed it more than the first one.
Okay, good, because the first one had lots of flaws. Just in the story. Anyway.
You're going to pick a fight with everyone who loves Black Panther.
Nothing wrong with the characters, just the story was just, like, I didn't understand
Do you
what was
think
happening.
Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, will hit $1 billion worldwide?
I have no idea. I don't know the money of things. Sure, when it's all in the wash and they have, if they need more merchandise, then they'll do good.
Well, we're talking about box office.
They need to sell, like, little stuffies and things like that.
That's what Disney does. They sell tons of this merch.
I haven't seen much of that. They need that kind of stuff.
You gotta go to the Disney store.
He's not as cute as Baby Yoda, so that's the thing. Unless they make the stuff.
It's also Disney.
Cute.
Either way, they got the monopoly on merchandise, which is worth more than the box office is.
That could get it up if it's a little low in the box office.
Okay. You familiar with the CW channel?
Yes, we don't get the CW channel here, but a lot of the stuff was on Showcase. I know you don't like Showcase, but a lot of the CW shows were on the Showcase. My favorite one was Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
So Showcase, just in case Americans or anyone else watching this, it's on the anything that's on the CW show in the U.S., stations here, such as Showcase or other channels, might pick it up here and they'll run it on the channels here.
Showcase, we got some of those.
But they don't pick up everything from the CW. They pick up stuff from other shows, from other networks that are in other countries as well. And they run Canadian shows as well.
Ending, right?
Yes, it's coming to an end. It's still running though.
Is someone buying it or is it just ending?
Was it Nexstar purchased it? Oh. Although when you look at the deal, they kind of got paid to take it off their hands. So because of the deal, and then their books were made public, turns out that for every $1 that they were earning at the CW, they were losing $2.
Oh, geez, that's not a good business
each
model.
year they would have earnings of roughly $400 million a year in the last couple of years, roughly. But they were after those earnings, they were still losing $400 million. That's bad business.
Bad. Yeah.
So they were bleeding a lot of cash.
The CW also did The Flash.
Yep.
Right?
They did all those Arrowverse shows.
Some of those. Arrow, like, some of them started out really good, and then they just...
Yeah, they went off a cliff. And some weren't that good to begin with.
No, and like that, what is it of Tomorrow?
Legends of Tomorrow?
Yeah.
That went for several seasons. So people were watching it. Although CW doesn't have big viewership numbers.
We tried to watch it, but it was kind of painful. It wasn't very good.
The first bit of it was good. I enjoyed the first... I definitely enjoyed the first 2 seasons of Arrow and the first 2 seasons of The Flash. I think I dropped out around The Flash after season 5.
I don't know. I don't think there was a pause in what channel we were getting, and I think we lost some, and then we kind of couldn't. Yeah,
we dropped off after that.
Yeah, we couldn't pick it up.
Because people weren't watching it here.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, that information comes to us from the Hollywood Reporter. So this new company bought it.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's now the majority shareholder, and Warner Brothers is a minority shareholder.
So they own the content, I guess. I don't know if they're going to be making new content, but they own the...
This year is fine, and then next year they're going to be making changes, so they could completely change the format of the station if they wanted to.
I don't know of all the CW shows, but my favorite one was Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I really enjoyed that, and then it did change, though. It wasn't as good, I found, in the final couple seasons, but it had some really funny moments. And, Buttload of Cats. I gotta Google that on YouTube.
Buttload of Cats. Oh, yeah, because that was the show where they were singing all the time.
Yeah, they were singing. It was really funny. But there was a lot of singing and stuff like that, but I found it changed. It wasn't as funny at the end. It kind of went downhill. And I also missed some episodes because it changed channels and because we couldn't get the CW. But, yeah, it was still a great show, though.
I hate when that happens. Next up, we got a few trailers for new stuff that comes out this week.
Right. I watched quite a few.
First one was Pitch Perfect Bumper in Berlin, which is coming to Peacock.
Well, it's going to be on the W channel. I've been seeing a lot of ads for it on TV.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's it playing here in Canada?
On the W network, I believe, not on Showcase. I think I've been watching the ads on Showcase.
I hope it's going to be on a streaming service.
I'm going to record it. It doesn't on the PVR.
I have no interest in the Pitch Perfect series. I saw the third one in movie theaters and it wasn't very good. And people say that one wasn't very good. I haven't
seen them. I like to watch them. I just never got on that bus
for
some reason.
So I didn't have any expectations for this, and I saw it stars Adam Devine, which he was in a really funny movie a couple years back called Jexy.
He's funny.
He's really funny, and he's been popping up in comedies here and there. So because it has him in it, I might check this out.
Well, on PVR, I think it's on December 8th or 9th. I got it in my head because I have to wait so I can PVR it, so... You can watch it upstairs with me if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. And, I've been seeing it.
Are you going to check this show out?
I think before it comes out, I'm going to watch some of the Pitch Perfect, because I haven't seen any of it. I just never really saw any of the movies. It was just my schedule or something. I didn't really know about them until they were over.
I think people like the first two. And Anna Kendrick.
I never saw Pitch Perfect, but I do like Girls 5 Ever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about girls that sing. That one, that's over now for the second season. That's a really funny show if you get to watch Girls 5 Ever. That's hilarious.
I might check this out because it stars Adam Devine. Moving on, the next one is Wednesday, which is out today, I believe, on Netflix. Came out today.
Well,
I'm not a big Addams Family person, so I'm probably not going to check this out. However, Christine's been checking it out. Yeah. How far did you get in it?
Well, I was working from home today, so I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. I was watching it kind of in the background, and my daughter was watching it. It's for kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an adult show, and it's a bit of copy out of Harry Potter. One episode, anyway, was a bit of a Harry Potter knockoff. She goes to a school which is similar to Hogwarts type of thing. It's okay for kids, but a better show would be like Never Have I Ever. I recently watched that. That's a better show for that same kind of thing with kids in school.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for adults. I think it's just...
But this is Tim Burton.
I know it's Tim Burton.
It's got Catherine Zeta-Jones in it.
Well, she's the mother, but it's about the kids at this school.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not as good as Harry Potter. Maybe if they would have made it into a movie or something, it would have been better. But it's just like these kids are going to a dance, It's the same, I don't know. It's a kid's show. Not for little kids, for, 12-year-olds.
Are you going to continue watching it?
Well, she's watching it. I'll listen to it in the background. It's
ringing endorsement from Christine here for Wednesday on Netflix.
It's not for
I'll listen to it in the background.
Yeah, because it's like a kid's show.
Put that on the poster.
The acting is really good, and the girl that plays Wednesday she's great. Christina Ricci is in it.
Who does she play?
She's in it just, I think, to be in it. She plays their dorm.
Yeah, because she plays Wednesday in
she plays their encouraging teacher, and I forgot her name, from Game of Thrones, and also she was in Star Wars, the big tall lady.
Gwendolyn Christie?
Yeah, Gwendolyn Christie is in it. She has a bigger role. She's the head of the school. Really, the parents, like Louis Guzman is the father again, they're only in it a small amount. It's all about the kids at this school. I mean, it's well done. It looks really good. But it's like...
I'm not seeing Gwendolyn Christie here.
Yeah, she plays the person that... It's like she's like the principal.
Gwendolyn Christie plays Larissa Weems.
It was on all day upstairs.
Christina Ricci.
She has a minor role. It's not a very important role so far. I just sort of put her in it, I think.
Not even listed as the main cast.
She plays their dorm mother.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's for kids. It's not the greatest. Not for me.
Okay.
Sometimes you can make a kid's show. Like Harry Potter movies, I really enjoy them. Although when I first saw Harry Potter, I hadn't read any of it, and I kind of didn't really get it.
Were you a big fan of the 90s Addams Family movies? There was the Addams Family Values. Were you a fan of those?
No, I have seen them. I mean, I liked Addams Family. I liked the show that used to be on a long time ago. It's just a fun concept.
I remember I saw those movies. I think I saw both those movies in theaters.
I saw both.
I enjoyed them, but I've never gone back to watch them again.
No, I mean they're fun. It's a fun thing. So it's like a Fester, but he isn't in it yet. Thing.
He's in the trailer.
Thing is in it.
I watched the trailer.
It's Wednesday and Thing, and the students at the school. That's most of it.
All I can comment is say I saw the trailer. The production values look good. It definitely looks like a Tim Burton production.
It looks nice, but it's like about a bunch of teenagers at a school, and they have crushes on each other, but they also have magic powers. And
is it Riverdale? So it's Riverdale.
No, it's not dark like that. It's like
because that's what Riverdale became with magic and cults and everything.
It's like Harry Potter, but dragged out and not as good.
Okay.
If Harry Potter was a show and they try to drag it all out over
ringing endorsement for Wednesday on Netflix.
Yeah,
check it out if you're a big Addams family.
Great portrayal, but it's
next trailer for the next thing that's out is the Hip Hop Nutcracker on Disney Plus.
Right.
So this is the Nutcracker, but done
not like the
Hamilton style in hip hop.
Okay,
I watched this trailer. Didn't speak to me. Is this something you want to check out?
I can't dance. I'm not a dancing person. I'm more of a making music person than dancing music person.
But this is a musical.
I know. I've never watched the Nutcracker, the real one. So I don't know.
I don't think I'm going to check this out.
Dance is not my thing, but if dance is your thing, go for it.
There's also a new show, Planet Sex with Cara Delevingne on Hulu, which I guess that means we'll get here on Disney Plus, which...
I doubt it.
Planet Sex brought to you by Disney Plus.
I don't know. I watched the trailer. I don't care for this woman.
Cara Delevingne?
Yeah, I don't like her.
I think
I didn't like her.
Trans or LGBTQ actress, so...
I just find she's kind of portrays as, I don't know, there's something sleazy about her. I just don't care for her as an actress. I didn't like her in that Elf movie or what, Elf show. What was that show? She was like an elf or a fairy.
She was a fairy. Like Carnival Row.
Yeah.
Carnival Row. Which wasn't it? Weren't we supposed to get a second season for that?
I watched that show. I wasn't as impressed with it as you because I find she's off-putting, and she was just in Only Murders in the Building.
She had a weird haircut.
I don't care for her. I'm not a fan of hers. She bothers me, and I don't know why.
I'm probably not going to watch this documentary. The only thing that's new out on streaming this week, which we watched the trailer, and now we're going to jump into our next review, is the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. We just watched this today because it's just out today on Friday. Would you like to start, or would you like me to start?
You can start.
This was excellent. It was, you got to bring back all the characters. So all the Guardians are in it, except for Zoe Saldana, because apparently she's off on Pandora right now. You got to see a new Guardian as well, that we've only seen in cameos before.
Oh.
Cosmo. He's in the trailer. That's the dog.
It's a she, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, he has Cosmo, and it's fun.
Yeah, she's a Russian dog.
I know I wouldn't call it excellent, but for Christmas specials, it's fun. And it has 2 new Christmas songs.
Yeah, they made up songs for this. And
I like the first song. I thought it was, the words are weird, but...
It was interesting.
Yeah, and of course has Kevin Bacon in it.
Yeah, that's in the trailer. Introduces Kevin Bacon. I think it was pretty cool of him to actually be in this and play himself.
It's fun. It's really fun.
Also, I'm sure they gave him a whole lot of money, too. But really, this is Mantis's story.
Mantis.
Yeah, this is her story, fun. And Drax is kind of her sidekick. So,
yeah,
which Dave Bautista's great.
Funny.
He's great in this.
He's funny. And yeah,
but she's really good. I can't pronounce her name. It's
fun story. I mean, for a little Christmas special, it's really fun. I mean, it's not groundbreaking or anything like that, but it was fun. And yeah.
What's her name? Palm.
Get the Christmas tree up and watch the show.
I can't pronounce her name. Palm Clementif.
Okay.
As Mantis. Well, she was in Guardians 2. She also made appearances in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame at the end there.
Right.
Where all the Avengers got together at the end.
Yeah, it was just a fun, cute thing.
She was really good in it.
About Christmas and Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, it had heartfelt moments. There was a lot of good comedy in it.
It was fun.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I might go back and watch it again.
Oh, I will watch it again.
And if you're a big fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy, check this out on Disney Plus. if you're not or you've never seen any of it, go watch it anyway because it's fun. You'll like these characters. And then if you're interested, you can go back and watch the Guardians movies or the Avengers movies that they were in.
Right.
The great thing about the MCU stuff is you can just kind of jump in at any time.
Yes.
Pretty much. So, yeah, and it's, what was it, only like 40, 45 minutes?
I don't know, it wasn't very long. But
I quite enjoyed it.
I don't know how I went down this rabbit hole, but I think I was looking for the preview for that, and instead I found the Lego Star Wars Christmas special, which I watched.
On Life Day.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Do we want to talk about Life Day? Does anyone want to talk about it?
Let's just finish with this special first.
Yes.
On the internet rating system of best show, worst show, what do you give it? I give it a best show ever.
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
For Christmas specials. I mean, it wasn't a groundbreaking movie.
We can jump into our next review. So this is the Lego Star Wars Life Day special. Is that what it's called?
I think it's called Lego
I'm going to look
Star
it up
Wars
for you.
Christmas
I didn't watch it.
Special.
You try and sell me on watching it.
Well, a long time ago, but unfortunately in this galaxy,
holiday special.
the people that made Star Wars decided to make a holiday special, and it was so god-awful that you can't find it anywhere to watch it. But we found parts of it on YouTube, I believe.
Well, you have to get bootleg version. It wasn't
awful.
Lucasfilm didn't make it. It was a TV studio that made it.
It was awful.
And they turned it into a 70s variety hour show.
It was really bizarre and really bad. And it's about Chewbacca's family celebrating something called Life Day. So I guess Lego Star Wars decided they were going to put right what was wrong.
And remake it.
Remake it. But it's not the greatest. I think just the problem is the Life Day part of it. If they would have got the Life Day part out of it, it would have been better.
If you're unfamiliar, in the Star Wars universe, which is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Life Day is essentially their Christmas, I think.
According to this bizarre 70s Christmas special. Yeah, because of course they wouldn't celebrate Christmas in the Star Wars universe.
This is in the Star Wars lore, Life Day. This is in the expanded material.
So they start off, it's kind of lame, and they have this Lego Star Wars cast, which has been, I saw another movie with that same cast. It's all the modern characters from the modern movies. Rey is like the star of this. Anyway, it's kind of lame, but I'd say if you're going to watch it, fast forward to the part where she starts opening up vortexes, and then it gets really funny. There's some funny parts in it. She goes back in the past, and she revisits all kinds of Jedis and their Padawans.
Okay.
And there's some funny parts in there, but really, I wouldn't bother watching it.
You said Rey is in it?
Yes, it's that cast. It's the modern movies cast.
Okay.
That's who's in these Lego Star Wars. There's a couple of them. There's also the summer vacation one. I wouldn't bother with that one either. It's pretty lame. I don't know, if kids are bored, they can watch it, but they're not the greatest.
These are new.
They are new. It was funny. I mean, they came since 2020 or something like that. But, and there was a little bit funny, especially Palpatine was the humor. Him and Darth Vader. Darth Vader gives him a mug for Christmas present, for a Life Day present.
Was the Lego summer special better?
No, it was worse.
I don't think I'm going to watch either of these.
No, don't watch it. We can fast forward to the part. I'll tell you where to fast forward. You can watch her interact with the old guys. Yeah.
Would you give this a worst show ever?
Yeah. It's like a 4. Ever? I think I give it like a 4 out of 10, and the other one a 3 out of 10. I don't know.
Okay, well, staying in the Star Wars universe, we'll jump into our next review. We watched episode 12, the season finale of Star Wars Andor.
Yeah.
And the show has been great. It's just been really good. It hasn't let me down at all. The first couple of episodes I found were slow, but once you get to episode 3, I'm like, yeah, I'm interested in this. And then each episode you get into it, you get more and more invested. So by episode 5, I said, I'm on board. I'm going to finish watching this.
It was the fuse had been lit and the bomb went off on this.
People have really been enjoying this.
Yeah, it was really good.
Now, without getting into spoilers, because it just came out, so it started out a bit slow for me, which is why I think Disney released the first 3 episodes on Disney+. Because if it was just one a week, I probably would have
Yeah.
given up after the first or second week.
You were kind of negative. I still enjoyed it. I liked seeing all that world, but the story was a bit slow at first.
Yeah. There was a lot of setup.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's what they were doing in the first 2 episodes. It was all set up.
Well,
And then it started getting into the story. And so there's lots of stakes for most of the characters. And then there's 2 existing characters that there's no stakes for. The main character, Cassian Andor, and Mon Mothma. Because we know they're in it later, but we don't know what happens to them yet. So there's just a lot of character development for those 2 characters, which they did a great job on. Her storyline at the end of this season, I found, was kind of left lagging. They didn't really wrap up anything. It was just kind of more of her just going on. However, with Cassian, they wrapped up his story, and they wrapped up all the stuff on his planet where he was, Ferrix, and with some of the characters, and the Imperial characters. Now, there is more. So they kind of wrapped up the immediate story, but there's also, you can tell there's going to be more going on.
Yeah, we still have a lot of the characters that we started with in the show.
I don't think they're going to continue season 2. I think there's going to be a time jump. So
yeah, they didn't kill off a lot of big
they're
characters.
They're going to show Cassian and Luthen and maybe Deidre and her new potential boyfriend there. I can't remember his name, Cyril or something.
Well, there's a lot
I think there's going to be a time
characters.
jump, and then she's going to try and go after them again.
I don't think she's going to have a boyfriend, but yeah, they didn't kill any of the characters off, those major characters. So I'm assuming we're going to see, because they could have been.
Well, there was deaths in this first season.
Yes, but not any of the major characters, and like Anton Lesser, his character.
Well, remember that second episode? It's like, hey, there's a guy named Tim. Oh, he sucks. Now he's dead. So.
Anyway, we'll see. I enjoyed it. It was fun. The last episode was the Tinder box was, now everything there was a revolt. And
I enjoyed this more than Obi-Wan, more than Book of Boba Fett. I definitely enjoyed it more than Rise of Skywalker, because that movie's terrible for me. I don't like it.
Mind it.
I don't even want to watch that one. That's the worst Star Wars property for me.
I'll tell you a joke in the Star Wars special.
Mm-hmm.
They go to see Kylo Ren, and the Emperor puts his helmet back together for him.
But they did that in the movie, which was dumb. I'm guessing this came out before Rise of Skywalker then.
Yeah, I think it's in between. It was funny anyway.
It just reminds me how much I don't like Rise of Skywalker. It's like everything we did in the last movie that people didn't like, well, we're just going to undo it. Remember when he broke his helmet? We're just going to glue that thing back together. It's good. Now it's got cool red in it. Remember how we didn't have Lando? Well, we're bringing him back. Remember how we didn't have Wedge Antilles? We're bringing him back, too.
Oh, yeah, Lando's in these things, too. All the characters.
Remember how the Emperor died and now there's not a real good villain because they killed off someone who was supposed to be the villain? We're bringing the Emperor back. How's he back?
Guy.
We don't know. He's just back.
Well, he can do this swirly thing and you can go back in time.
The movie made no sense. Okay? Even the ending to that movie was garbage.
I didn't mind it that much. Anyway.
Maybe we'll discuss it. We'll do a review of it sometime, and then we'll do another review. Only if you want to get me pissed off. Before, my worst favorite Star Wars movie was Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
But this, Rise of Skywalker, is worse.
Episode 2 is so bloody lame. They're frolicking in the field with those giant creatures.
I get you to watch that review.
There are so many memes about that, just for that reason, because it's so bloody lame. There's like a meme a day about that.
Yeah, that was really bad.
That was really, really bad.
Think of a good part of Episode 2.
I don't know.
How about the fight with Dooku at the end?
With that screaming creature that Obi-Wan was driving.
In the arena. The arena was okay.
It was lame. Oh, it was lame. Anyway.
So Star Wars Andor, best series ever. Go watch it on Disney+.
Good, yeah.
Next we watched episode 7 of The Crown, season 5.
Right.
It's mostly about Diana this time.
And her interview.
Are you still... Yeah, her interview that she did in the 90s there.
Right.
Are you still really enjoying this show? Are we gonna
I'm
watch the
enjoying
last...
I'm a bit...
No, it wasn't episode 7, it was episode 8,
Sorry,
I believe.
I don't know.
Well, that was my mistake.
It was,
so we only got 2 episodes left to go.
interesting.
Are you going to continue to watch the next 2 episodes?
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this. Maybe we'll watch it tonight when we're done here.
I don't know if I can stay that late.
Just a couple thoughts on The Crown so far, even though I haven't finished this season. It doesn't make me feel bad for any of the royal family. Although one episode made me have more respect for Charles, which that's weird.
I don't know if any of it's true.
Apparently he's way more popular now. I looked it up. He's polling quite well in England.
He's more seasoned now than he used to be. He's not as awkward, I guess. But, well, who else do they got? Anyway, the Crown stuff, you got to take some of that with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
a lot of that stuff. Now, the stuff with the Diana interview is pretty on spot on.
That was really interesting.
Because that's all come out. Everybody knows. Everyone saw the interview. Yeah,
it's great storytelling.
It's good.
Even though some of the actors, we were both saying how we didn't like some of the actors in certain roles, such as Jonathan Pryce as Prince. What's his name? Prince Albert? Prince Philip.
Prince Philip. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know the royal family.
He's not a royal watcher. And
Dominic West as Prince Charles.
Yeah.
Was a little bit off for me. However, all the other ones are fine. Imelda Staunton as the Queen, she's doing a good job. I can't pronounce the actress's name, who is Diana. She's great. Doing a really good job as well.
But the things that we don't really know, like for example, at the end of this Diana's interview on television, which a lot of us saw that, they show a reaction from Charles, right? And he is very upset, and he's actually, I think they have him crying.
Do they?
I think so, or to that effect. That's the kind of stuff that they're putting their own twist on it. We don't really know what Charles's reaction was. It's that kind of stuff. So they're leading us with these tidbits. That is fictional.
The actress's name who plays Diana is Elizabeth Debicki.
Now,
so hopefully I pronounced that okay.
Right. People might think this is really what happened, but we have no idea what his reaction was to that.
Because they're making it up.
Yeah, some of it we know really happened, but a lot of it is
Regardless, even if you're not a fan of the royal family, I'm certainly not, but this is great storytelling.
I'm suspicious a lot of the stuff around Charles.
All 5 seasons of The Crown on Netflix are great.
Right.
Okay, if you want some good storytelling, check out The Crown. Best series ever. Hasn't let me down in 5 seasons.
No, it's very interesting.
So I'm going to continue watching those last 2 episodes. Next, yesterday we went out and we saw Glass Onion.
Yeah, I got to go out on
a Knives Out story, and it was just over 2 hours. So the interesting thing about this movie, this is made by the same guy who made the first Knives Out movie, Rian Johnson. It's his property, and he sold the rights to Netflix to make sequels to them. So this is a Netflix movie, and it's the first Netflix movie that they have put in theaters. And they're putting it in theaters as a test just for 1 week.
So that big end on the screen.
So if they get money from it, hopefully they'll get more of their movies onto theaters, and hopefully that means we'll get better Netflix movies.
There was a lot of people out for a Thursday night in not great weather.
Yeah, for something that's going to be free if you have not free, but it's going to be on Netflix next week if you already pay for Netflix each month. So these could be people who don't have Netflix or people who just want to see it in the theater.
I don't know if it's going to be free or not, because I went to look at the first Knives Out, and you had to pay for it.
No, that's different. That's because they took it off right now because people want to see it. They want you to pay for it right now because they know now is the best time people want to see the original one.
I did see that one, and I liked it.
Yeah, we saw it in the theater.
I'd like to see it again.
I really enjoy Daniel Craig as Bennett Blanc in these movies. He's kind of a bumbling idiot.
He's weird.
He's like an Inspector Gadget. He's like, I'm the world's greatest detective, but then he's just kind of bumbling his way along. I
guess so.
In this movie, this is non-spoilers.
More like Clouseau.
He kept talking
He's not French.
He kept talking about Clue all the time and how much he hates it. Because everyone kept asking him, if you're the world's greatest detective, you must be really good at Clue. He's like, I hate that game. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's fun. This was a very fun story. There was a lot to it. You don't know what's happening. We're not going to give anything away.
Yeah, no. It's a non-linear story.
Well,
so it doesn't go just from beginning to end.
No, it was really good.
It jumps around in terms of the timeline. And you're
trying to figure out who is who and what is what. And I definitely recommend it.
I found that this movie, it didn't have any slow points, even though it was 2 hours and 10 minutes long. There was no point that I was bored or that I felt it was going too slow. It kept me engaged the entire time.
Right.
And part of that had to do with the non-linear storytelling. Part of it had to do with the characters.
Yeah.
There's a lot of famous people in this. There's Daniel Craig. There's Edward Norton. There's Kate Hudson. Dave Bautista, who we just saw in Guardians Holiday Special as Drax. He's great in a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Even though he's not the best actor, he's really good in everything that they put him in. They just give him kind of smaller roles, but he's great in them.
Yeah, it was fun.
Who else was in it? Kate Hudson.
It's a murder mystery.
Catherine Hahn.
Anyone doesn't know. It's a murder mystery.
Yeah, it's a murder mystery. Catherine Hahn is in it. And she's been in a lot of stuff lately.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's fun. The characters are out of this world.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, it's fun. I definitely recommend it. Go see it. You'll have fun.
I'm not going to give any spoilers. I definitely recommend go seeing this, or see it on Netflix. Best way to see it is in the theater this week, because it's only in theaters for 1 week. So get there before next Thursday, or maybe
I don't know,
or Wednesday. If you don't have time for that, check it out on Netflix. It's worth your time. It's really good. I give this a best movie ever.
It's fun.
I'm actually seeing good stuff this week. Last episode, everything was worst movie ever, worst show ever.
9.5 out of 10.
You give this one a 9.5?
9.5.
Also, a couple of days ago, you talked about Wednesday season 1 already, so we did that review. Next, a few days ago, we watched Get Out.
Oh,
from
yeah.
2017.
And we watched it before,
a
long time ago.
Here is my 4K disc.
Yeah.
Always recommend physical media, because you can't always watch it everywhere. This is from 2017, stars Daniel Kaluuya. There he is right there.
Yeah.
And who's the director, the writer? Jordan Peele.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great movie. It's a creepy movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we'll call it. It's not a horror movie. It's not a ghost movie.
You could spoil it. It is from 5 years ago.
Well, I want people to see it. No, we don't want to.
I don't want to spoil. Okay, I won't spoil the end.
It's a
however,
creepy movie.
Does it still hold up to today?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Funny.
It's great.
And there's one really funny character in it. He's hilarious.
I didn't find it that funny.
Oh, I find it funny.
There was some jokes to alleviate the tension, but this is a great movie. The director and who's also the writer does a great job of building up tension in this movie. And what he does, just some minor things, I'll tell you what the movie is about. He takes a real life situation, okay, which can be awkward. So the situation is there's a couple, okay, it's Daniel Kaluuya and his girlfriend. I can't remember what her name is. Should I look that up?
Sure, look it up.
What is her name?
Basically,
Allison Williams.
He goes to meet her parents for the first time.
Yeah. So the situation is first, it's an interracial couple.
And
she's white and he's a black guy, and so she's taking him to go see her parents, which can be awkward.
This in the country, in this estate kind of house.
I don't know if it's a mansion, but they definitely have money. It's a bigger
house. It's a big piece of land.
Both her parents are doctors, so you know they have some money.
And instead of just meeting her family, they end up meeting all of their friends.
Because they have a party on the Saturday.
Party they have once a year, and so he's stuck with
all of this. Yeah, they go for the weekend, and then he has to go to this party.
Yeah, it's a nightmare for anyone meeting someone's parents for the first time, and they have to socialize with all these old.
Yeah. And the parents are acting awkward as well.
The parents are weird. The dad is really creepy.
The brother is weird.
The brother is really weird.
So at first you think it's because he's a black guy, right? And they're very white. So they're just not used to it. However, they take this situation of an interracial couple and they just keep making this movie. It's like, well, it's uncommon and it can be, uncomfortable a little bit at times. But then what they do is weird things keep happening. And they just keep upping it a little bit, and so you're like, that was weird, but it's a real life thing.
These are crazy white people.
and then something else weird happens, and you're like, that's weird. and it just keeps upping it a little bit and a little bit.
The joke is, why it's funny, is that these are crazy white people.
Yeah, they are.
And you never have black people act like this. And that's what the whole funny part of it is. And that's why his friend is always so funny, right? He's rescuing them from these crazy white people.
His friend from the TSA, the airport.
Yes, his very important friend who has a very important job. It's just
He's
funny
hilarious.
because these white people are crazy, and only, I think, white people can be like that.
Yeah, because they're rich white people.
Well, and they're anyway, it's really funny, but it's very creepy. And, This is actually up there for me. I'd say this is one of my top 5 scary movies of all time. This is definitely one of my favorite scary movies. Because I'm not a big horror movie, scary movie, thriller kind of guy, so I just lump them all together. It's more like I call it a Twilight Zone type of movie, because it's not a horror movie.
It's not horror. It doesn't have blood and guts, and there's no body horror.
No, it's just
really creepy.
But it's really creepy.
And then at the end, it kind of goes off a cliff, and you're like, whoa, what's going on? This is crazy.
It is crazy, but it has a satisfying ending.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
actually,
satisfying.
Interesting thing is they actually recorded an alternate ending to this movie.
Right, yeah,
So at the end, let's say someone shows up at the end.
Oh.
In the alternate ending, someone else shows up.
Oh, interesting. Well,
and guess what? If you got the physical media, you can watch the alternate ending. Although it might be on YouTube.
We'll have to watch that. But
if you're a big fan of Get Out, or if you've never seen it, go check this out. If you've seen it but you didn't know about the alternate ending, check it out.
I like the Jordan Peele
Email
movies.
us your thoughts on this. I think this is a great movie. This might be my favorite scary movie of all time.
You don't like the Jordan Peele movies that much? I like his movies
Well,
a
his
lot
first
more.
one, Get Out, was great.
Yeah.
But Us and
Us is really creepy.
Yeah, I didn't like either of them.
Us is really creepy, although I figured it out kind of right away. But it's really creepy. He has a great way of getting that. I don't know. He gets that right. And I really enjoyed Nope. I don't think you understood it.
I understood. I just didn't like it.
I thought it was great. Anyway, but we differ on that.
Okay. So, best movie ever, worst movie ever? I give this the best movie ever.
It's a great movie.
Definitely check out Get Out. It's a classic already.
Yeah, it's great.
Next, would you like to do one of your reviews?
Okay.
What would you like to talk about next?
What did I watch? Well, I tried to watch more of that Mammals show. It's on Prime. It's a new show. It stars James Corden. It's a slog.
From the Late Late Show?
Yes, James Corden.
Oh,
the British guy that sings and everything.
Yeah, he's funny.
It's no good.
No?
No, I was talking to you about it last time. The first episode is like unbelievable. It's this guy, and he has this wife who's like a rock star looking woman. And James Corden is no rock star. And
he's a celebrity.
He's not playing James Corden.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird, and they have whales in it. But whales are a normal thing, and making it sound like the whales are special. But if you live by the ocean, whales are a thing. We have lots of whales here. There's no real mammals in the show other than the whale. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's just never mind about it. It's a terrible show.
So it's the worst show ever?
Yeah.
Worst show ever.
Yeah, no good.
Okay.
Sally Hawkins wandering around
So we don't
the woods.
recommend Mammals.
No.
I'm going to do a quick review of another movie. I watched this week, I watched my 4K disc of Elvis.
Yeah.
Which is by Warner Brothers, and this is a Baz Luhrmann movie starring Austin Butler. There he is as Elvis.
It was a great movie.
This is from this year. It came out in July?
Was it? I don't know.
I think it was June or July.
Time ago.
This is a great movie. In fact, this is probably in my top 10 of the year.
We really enjoyed it. It's a really
Austin
well
Butler
done
does
show.
a great job. He does all the singing for Elvis, for the younger Elvis, and then for the older Elvis stuff they dub over with recordings from Elvis.
No, I think it was really good.
The editing is really fast-paced editing, lots of cuts going on, and really great transitions. And it's Baz Luhrmann, so everything's really over the top.
It's a great movie.
So if you've ever seen any other Baz Luhrmann movies, he also did Moulin Rouge. That people
Moulin
like
Rouge.
that. He did The Great Gatsby a few years back.
One of my favorite
movies. What's his name?
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
That's really good. I should get a physical copy of that.
I own that one on digitally. I own
On
that.
digital. Well, I'm going to get a physical media copy of
Our
it.
daughter
it's really
loves that
good.
movie. She has a big crush on Leo.
Okay.
She's watched it like 20
This
times.
is in my top 10 of the year. I've seen this, I think I've seen it 3 times now. I saw it once, not really expecting too much, except people were saying it was good, so I'll go check it out. Saw it. It was really good. It really makes you feel bad for the guy by the end. You're like, and Tom Hanks is in it as the Colonel, as Colonel Tom Parker is played by Tom Hanks.
Now some people didn't care for his portrayal. I did read about that, but I thought it was good. I don't know, because I'm not familiar with what the Colonel was really like. I thought it was great. I thought it was a good movie. Especially if you're an Elvis fan. I mean, I've never been an Elvis fan.
I'm not even an Elvis fan. I really enjoyed this story.
But I enjoyed the movie. Yeah.
They did a great job of recreating like the 40s and the 50s there. I think it was all in the 50s. It was
just a really well done show. It's a really good one. You'll enjoy it. Elvis fan or not.
This is in my top 10 for the year. I am going to do a top 10 list for the end of the year. But definitely check out Elvis by Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah.
Should be available on streaming service right now. I give this the best movie ever.
Yeah.
What would you say it is?
Sure.
Okay.
Give it 9.5.
And you had did you check out anything else?
Oh, yes.
Yellowstone. You said you wanted to check this out.
I thought I would check it out because so many people are talking about it.
Yep.
Not for me.
5. You started with the first season.
Okay, the first scene looks great. This is a great way to start a series.
I thought so too.
I thought. But I don't like the characters. I hate them. There's no good characters in it.
Don't like
Maybe
the Dutton family?
The horses are good. And I think it's antiquated. It seems to be having the old tropes. There's the yuppie guy with his golf course and wants development, and they seem to be at odds with the oil industry, which doesn't make any sense because all you need to do, like, you just put the little oil back and forth thing in your field and that's it. It's not invasive. It's not invasive to your farm or anything. I just find and these people are supposed to be really rich and everything. They're cattle farmers. They're farming the old-fashioned way. They're not doing intensive lifestyle. It's just not even believable.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's lousy. So I don't know. I don't want to watch it anymore. I don't know why people are watching it. Anyway.
Maybe it gets better, but
the main character seems not good.
John Dutton?
Yeah, he's like got the governor in his pocket. He's just like the kind of person that you really don't care for.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make much sense. And
I didn't care for this either, although this is a really big show right now, so if you enjoy it, check it out, but...
He's supposed to be really rich because he owns a bunch of cattle, and that's not
really
the reality.
The family is rich and bought all this land.
That land isn't anything unless you sell it. You wouldn't be rich like that. Farmers have to work really hard, and they're not like billionaires.
I don't think that's what it is. They're probably doing the story of the Dutton family in this spin-off with Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford.
I don't like the people in it. I just didn't care for it at all.
No, I didn't care for it either.
No.
If you're looking for a review of Yellowstone, we aren't going to be doing one. It's on Prime, and it's on Paramount Plus in the U.S.
Not for me. It's for maybe if you're, I don't know, want to root for an old white guy. Whatever. It's not for me.
Okay. We should probably wrap up the show now.
Okay.
So, talked about a lot of different things there. So you can email us at CanadaMovieTVHosers@gmail.com. I will put that up on the screen. So you can email all your thoughts and questions about Tenet to Christine. Okay? We want to see lots of those. You can also get in touch with us on Twitter using the hashtag CanadaHosers. Just put that on your message and we'll get it. You can also follow the show on Twitter at Canada Hosers. And you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at St. John's Critic, where I post all my reviews. And I think that's everything there.
That's everything.
So take care, everyone, and we'll see you in a couple of days for another episode.
Bye.
Bye.